Hi guys, Kyle here with my daughter,
Meredith.
and we're gonna work on scissor skills today. This is something you could do at home with your children, and it's incorporating a lot of other skills too, not just cutting. And typically we think of cutting paper, that's what we usually do, but not today. We are cutting
Straws.
And I love to cut straws with kiddos. Number one, it's a little bit harder than paper, so it provides a little bit more resistance for them to cut. And also, it is fun. So show us what happens when you cut the straw. Good.
It flies.
They fly everywhere. So go ahead, do a couple more snips. Make them fly everywhere. They do make scissors for some of your early learners that self-open. That way they're only working on the first part, or she's going to collect the little pieces. Then that way they only have to squeeze the tool and then it opens by itself. So that's kind of a helpful tool for those just learning to cut. The other thing to be safe about is some kids aren't quite aware of being too close to their helper hand. So parents, you might really need to watch your child, maybe put your hand there, make sure they're cutting away from their little fingers. For more advanced kiddos, you could put little lines on your straw with markers, and that way, instead of just randomly cutting, they have to line the tool up, they have to use their eyes, coordinate their hands, and snip the mark that you put on the straw. So after the fun of cutting the straws is over and you collect all the little pieces, what I did is I just found 3 random colored containers sitting around the house. And then we work on sorting skills. So then the children have to sort, and they can simply put up and put in the container. You know, of course, it's fun to collect all the pieces all over the floor. We like to make messes. If you have tongs, you could also use these, which is another hand strengthening activity, to pick up the pieces, squeeze, whoops, and sometimes they fly around even with that. And you can work on your sorting skills, which is amazing. You dumped them out. You're gonna show how to sort. Okay. So that's one activity you could do with the straws that you cut to work on the hand strengthening. Another activity is if you have Play-Doh. So now we're gonna get our Play-Doh out. Meredith is sorting. We're gonna kind of form this into a flattish kind of ball. And again, you could do so many different things with this.
Just like that.
You don't want it too flat, because now we're gonna take toothpicks and here you go. Push into the Play-Doh. There we go. And here is another coordinating activity, which the toothpicks are tiny, so this is going to be pretty tricky to thread them over that. You could use, if you have a little bit thicker sticks or pipe cleaners, you could vary how tough this is. But again, you could sort them or just simply put them on. Is an awesome visual motor skill. I didn't sort mine. If you want to grade this up for higher level kiddos, you could work on different shapes. You could poke different shapes into the Play-Doh. You could have a lot more toothpicks in there. You could work on letters. So you could really adapt this based on what your child is working on learning right now. And kids often get creative. This is what Meredith is doing. She's rolling the Play-Doh into little balls, an amazing fine motor activity. And now she's figuring out how to connect the toothpicks. That's amazing. Okay, so we have cut the straws, we have sorted the straws, we have put the pieces of straws onto the toothpicks to really work our fine motor coordination. The other thing that you could do with the little pieces of straws is you could thread them and you can make a fun necklace. If you don't have thread, you could use pipe cleaners. We did not have any that I could find, so we have to use thread. Simply threading these on is an amazing coordination activity for your kiddos. Just like that. To advance this a little bit higher, you could work on patterns. So you could create a pattern with the colored straws. Oh my goodness.
I got a tower.
She's building a big tower there. So that's it. That's my little quick tip on how to adapt a simple activity in a variety of ways using simple things that you probably have around your house. And it'll be fun for the kids. And again, just let them get creative. Use their imagination and their hands. Thank you. Hopefully you are all well. Bye-bye.
I want to keep